go. Welcome to TonesCrib. This is December 19, 2015. It's myself, Tony, Gigi, and Steven in the corner. We'll start off with some movie talk. Recently, I watched Don Verdean. It's Sam Rockwell and Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords. Basically, Sam Rockwell is a biblical archaeologist, and he winds up working with a weird, creepy Israeli.
The retriever of artifacts.
Yeah,
right.
He's odd, and they wind up having to fake Goliath's skull, and while he's going through all of this, trying to prove that the skull's real. What's his name? The last man on Earth.
Will Arnell?
Will Forte.
Will Forte, okay.
Yeah, he's like he's the opposing pastor, and he's like an ex-Satanist that runs a church, and he's going like all out trying to debunk Sam Rockwell. It's a good movie. It's funny. It's not regular comedy. It's like a Napoleon Dynamite, like that type of comedy. So if you like Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre, then Don Verdean is good. You should watch it.
That guy Jermaine from the Flight of the Conchords was on Seth Meyers, and he was speaking about the movie. So basically, I guess like they're archaeologists, but at the time, I guess there's no like law or something like that in was it Pakistan that they're digging in?
No, they're in.
They're digging. Where are they digging?
They're in Jerusalem.
Okay, for some reason, like he said that there was like no type of law or whatever, but there was like a big race for everybody. Like everybody was digging up a whole bunch of like artifacts that a lot of people were falsifying them. So that there were laws, but they didn't really care about them. Like there's a point where the cops come, and they're find them digging a hole trying to get an artifact, and the cops are just like screaming. But there's no logic to how they find artifacts. They pray and they walk around. They're like, just dig here, and it makes absolutely no sense, but it works in the movie for some reason. Mm-hmm. He's also in another movie.
Sam Rockwell.
No, the I forget his name was Jermaine something, but he's
in
the
movie.
Infinite
something.
No, he's in one. It's called What We Do in the Dark, and it's about vampires. And it's three different vampires that they're three different types. Like there's a Nosferatu, there's like a Dracula type vampire, and then there's like the new Twilight-y type vampire, and they're all roommates in the house, and it's like a documentary. It's like a found footage thing.
It's like a mockumentary type of thing.
Yeah. It's really funny.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, I think it's on one of the like Showtime or HBO on demands right now. It's pretty funny.
It's not on Netflix either, or one of those things?
Not yet, no.
No, he's also in one that he plays a single dad or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. That's new too.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, he's funny though. That guy. He's got a weird, like he does really weird voices. Yeah, he's quirky.
It's so funny. He said that the inspiration for that movie, does he play an Israeli guy?
Yes. Yeah.
He said that the voice coach that he worked with, basically, she didn't specialize in that accent. Basically, she gave him like the recording of this Israeli guy telling his life story. I forgot the guy's name. So the accent that he's really doing, it's not really an Israeli accent. It's that particular Israeli man's accent. So he was saying if the man goes to the movie and like hears him say, he was like, somebody can actually say, hey, that sounds like you, and he'll actually be right because he's imitating that particular guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's an odd accent. It doesn't sound like.
It's that man's accent. It's not. That man who's an Israeli. That is his accent. He's not doing like a genuine Israeli accent.
Right.
He's just doing that Israeli man's accent.
Oh, okay.
That was his description. For the.
No, it makes sense because when you hear him, it sounds weird. There's an odd like he does a weird thing with it where he like rolls like that's below like. Everything he says, it's in there. There's like a rumble to it. But he's like a really slimy Israeli. Like the guys you meet in the store, like, you want to buy this? I'll make you a deal. He's like one of those guys, and it's hilarious the way he does it. And he has like this weird nasally, like he blows out while he's talking.
What other movies was he in?
He was that the What We Do in the Dark. He's in. There's another movie made by the same director. I forget his name. It's what's the guy who made
Who we looking
Napoleon
at?
Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, he directed a movie with him where it was about this little kid. Not a little kid, he was like a teenager that he writes, and
Jared Hess?
yeah, he's the director. But if you go into like the director, yeah, his different movies, he directed a movie with him where he fakes.
Napoleon, Don Verdine,
He
Gentleman
fakes-
Bronco, not
Gentleman
Geneva.
Bronco, that one. He's an author, like a science fiction author,
Mhm.
and he fakes because he can't write anything. He fakes a contest to get people to write their own science fiction things, and then when they bring it to him, he publishes it as his.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's another comedy. That's a good one too. But it's not a regular. It's a weird type of humor that if you're not used to it, it's not really funny. Like if you saw Napoleon Dynamite and it made you laugh, this will make you laugh.
Jermaine Clement.
Yes,
His name.
Jermaine Clement.
They got a picture of him?
Of Jermaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him when you see him.
You'll see him from
Oh,
Flight of the
Flight of the
Conchords.
Conchords,
Yeah,
yeah.
from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, because I.
He's like, yeah.
He always plays like the creepy
This
guy.
is
Yeah.
time. Did you see Flight of the Conchords?
No.
Those are-
No.
that's good. Yeah, that's
Oh,
good.
you gotta
He
put
did
that on
another
your
movie. I
list.
think it's called Whale versus something where he has like a whale costume and he falls in love with some girl.
Really? Rio 2, Muppets Most Wanted. Oh no, that's soundtrack.
No. Yeah, he's funny though. He's really, really funny.
Let's see, actor.
Jermaine Clement.
The Divorce, Trip Tank, Rick and Morty, Down Verdine People, Places and Things, The
No.
Barefoot Bandits, Rio 2, Muppets Most Wanted,
He
What
does.
We Do in the
He's good with
Shadows.
the voices. Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows is that's the one.
7 Days Later. It's funny, somebody else, Carlos told me to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's good.
7 Days Later, Out There, Men in Black, Napoleon Dynamite, The Simpsons, Predicament, Jennifer Schmucks, Despicable Me.
Oh, Dinner for Schmucks. Yeah, he was in that. He's another one.
Gentleman Bronco, Diagnosis Death, Tim and Eric's Awesome Show,
Oh, you haven't seen that either, right?
Flight of the Conchords, The Drinky.
John C. Reilly's in Tim and Eric's Awesome Show.
You know, out of all those, the only thing I seen was Napoleon Dynamite.
Really?
He wasn't in that. He wasn't in Napoleon
He
Dynamite.
wasn't in.
No.
Mm-mm.
He's credited.
No, he's Jared Hess is the director for Napoleon
Oh.
Dynamite.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, no, I would remember him in Napoleon Dynamite. Napoleon Dynamite's good. I like that movie.
Yeah, I liked it too. The soundtrack was cool to it.
Yeah.
I wanna be forever with you.
You saw the Snoopy, the new Peanuts movie.
It's great.
Yeah. Is it long?
Nah, it's like an hour and a half, or something like that.
Okay, that's not bad.
What's the
I
story about?
saw.
It's always about Charlie Brown and there's this new girl that comes into town.
Is that the redheaded girl?
Yeah, redheaded
Oh,
girl.
okay.
Oh
And
yeah.
he wants to get her attention, but he's like too shy and he's too weird.
Mhm.
Then I don't want to give it away, but
Why not?
It's
It's
good.
okay. Oh, are we not spoiling movies?
Oh, we spoiled the shit out of it.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to say you. So
Nah,
you can
nah.
say what it is here.
well, he is mainly him and Snoopy. Because Snoopy has like the Red Baron thing, like he writes out like a love story,
Oh yeah.
and he has to rescue like this dog, like a girl.
Is Snoopy like the cool guy that he teaches Charlie
Yeah,
Brown how to
yeah.
get girl? Okay.
Oh really? So so Snoopy is well. Hasn't Snoopy always been Charlie Brown's mentor?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
some
Because Snoopy does his own thing. He don't give a
Did
shit.
they put everybody in there? Did it's like Pigpen,
Yeah,
Linus,
everybody.
everybody's there?
and the voices are the same, like
It's funny. I
they're
like.
on the same. They have the same like. clothing.
Actually, you know what I found out the other day? The people that do Peanuts, every few years they hire new voice actors to change the voices because they don't want to keep paying residuals to the same people over and over and over. Because every time, because it's been around for like 50 years, so they would have to pay the guy from like 50 years ago to do, who did the voice, and they don't want to do that. So they do scale. And I guess it's cheaper to get somebody new every few years, which is kind of fucked up.
Isn't that what companies do? Let me not get
Yeah.
started.
Are we going into conspiracy theory?
Let me not get started on that.
Going down the rabbit hole?
It's good. It's good. I recommend it.
I want to see it. Yeah. I
Okay,
definitely
so
wanna see
I'll go watch it because I was just saying the other day that I
it.
don't
We were
know
talking about it. Yeah.
if you call it if they change the story around or if they
No.
whatever. I'm not interested. I like Snoopy the way he
It's
is.
like for kids, like kids and adults.
You know what's funny? When I was a kid, I used to love Snoopy. We used to always watch Snoopy. And you know where they lost me? Remember the Memorial Day Snoopy? Like, it was mad depressing. Like, some kid dies,
Yeah.
and they go to the cemetery, and I was like, I can't watch this. This is terrible. And I
It's
just
life,
stopped it. They
kid.
lost. Snoopy got dark for like, there was one with some kid that gets sick, and then there was,
yeah.
and then
I
they don't
remember
play that one no more. And then there was the Memorial Day one, and that just scarred me. It was like, oh.
That's the one where
It was like in Morrissey.
Charlie
wrote a
Brown
Snoopy
had to
story.
go, like he went somewhere like to look for.
Yeah, in Paris. He goes to Paris or something like that.
Yeah, I remember
And he gets
that.
the baguettes, and then the kid is sick. I was like, I can't. This is terrible, man.
Oh, I saw that
Yeah,
one.
they don't play those no more because.
I was like,
kids
you know
have
what's so
stuff.
funny? I remember when I was watching it as a kid, I'm like, wow, this is some serious stuff. Just watching it, like, you know, they go to Paris. I'm like, damn it, I'm gonna have to do that when I get a little older too. I'm gonna have to, you know, go to Paris with my friend.
This one
crazy.
is like they have like serious message, but it's not, you know, like
It's not heavy.
Yeah.
Like the original. That's how I like.
Once
you know,
again, sugarcoating
they're
shit.
doing those same people are doing a Popeye. I hope they do it well. They're doing a Popeye. So I hope they do.
the animated.
Yeah, the same people that
Isn't it
animated it.
Pixar?
I don't know. No, it wasn't Pixar. It's something else. I think there's like a new thing.
Is the one
Ken's
where
Future.
Ice Age?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not Pixar.
No. That's not Pixar's Disney. I say just like Fox or something like that. It's Fox.
Is it?
Yeah, I said it's Fox because I remember Scrat. There's some crazy lady that used to go on the Howard Stern show. That she was like a DJ or something, and she was suing because Scrat was supposed to be her invention. Like, she made a cartoon with Scratch like years ago. You know the squirrel rat thing?
Oh,
Yeah. There was a whole thing where she was suing them because of that or something like that. It's 20th century, right?
Oh, credit. I don't know.
yeah, because in the like the title, like when it starts, like they show the
Yeah.
little, what is it called? Scrat.
Yeah, Scrat.
Isn't it distribute cast, directed, writing credits?
Oh, it doesn't go to distributors.
Hold on. Casting, production, art, sound department, visual. Animation. No, it isn't.
But I hope they don't fuck up Popeye, man. Popeye was always the best. Popeye should be brutal. Popeye was like in Depression era.
Yeah, like the era where all the cartoons were like
20th
racist
Century
and-
Fox Animation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The same.
Very
They did Rio
expensive.
too. I did Rio. Yeah, that's another one.
Mhm.
Nah, but I definitely want to see. I want to check out some. There's right now on Netflix. There's the Bill Burr F is for Family.
Oh, I want to check that
It's
out.
6 episodes, and
That's
I
it?
saw all 6 with my son
Are
yesterday.
they're hour long? Or?
No, they're like 25 minutes long each, but it's a serial, so they all go into each other.
Okay.
It's really, really fucking funny. And there's like sex, and there's a scene where the kid is hiding under the bed and the parents get on it and they start having sex, and he's trying to escape, and he crawls out and looks up and he sees the father's balls going, and his eyes just turn like really like, he's scarred for life.
Ah.
It's fucking awesome. It's really, really good. There's a lot of fucking cursing and there's drug use and it's like, you know,
That's what the Mike Tyson
Real family.
mystery should be like.
Mike Tyson Mysteries is
It's funny.
shit.
Yeah.
If
But-
you have, they're like 15-minute episodes. If you have not seen them, they
You
are
have-
the
you haven't
best.
seen
I only seen like one, but I don't remember because it was
Oh,
up late
it's
that night and I
really
was
good.
probably.
You gotta set it to record. You'll love it. Yeah, Mike Tyson Mysteries.
I'm not
It's
gonna
Norm
do that.
Macdonald. Norman.
Yeah,
And
but
it's-
Pigeon.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays the pigeon. He's fucking.
He's
Norm
the best
Macdonald
one.
plays the pigeon.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's Norm Macdonald. He's a guy that someone turned into a pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Marquis de Sade, who's supposedly the guy who invented boxing, but he's obviously a gay ghost.
Mhm.
No, the Queen of Marcusburg.
That's what. No.
Yeah. That's his name, but
Oh, yeah.
I think Marquis de Sade is like another.
Well, that guy is supposed to be the guy who
The
boxing.
boxing.
Yeah. He's like obviously gay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the driver in the car, he tells the guy, "Yeah, what did the guy said? we're gonna go deep here. He goes, I'll go deep in you.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what? Because he was drunk.
Yeah, he's always dropping like gay.
Little gay.
Yeah.
And the pigeon is always like just trying. The pigeon is always trying to get with Mike Tyson's daughter. And Mike Tyson doesn't seem to realize it. And for some reason, Mike Tyson has a Korean daughter. And for some reason, he doesn't.
Why does he have a Korean?
They never explain it. He just has a Korean daughter.
Okay.
And then the pigeon's always trying to sleep with the Korean daughter. It's the weirdest fucking thing, but it's Mike Tyson is funny as hell. It's wow. What happened? It's well good. What else did I see? I have a list. See, this is where the list comes in handy. The Intern. Oh, did you see The Intern? Nobody?
No.
With Robert De Niro, he goes to work for.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
It.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm gonna spoil the shit out of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Robert De Niro he is a retired. I think he was in advertising, but what he used to do was he was in charge of printing out the phone books. And he goes to work, he wants to work for Anne Hathaway because his wife has passed away and he's bored. And the only thing, he goes out, shops, comes home, and remember Rhoda from the Rhoda show?
Mm-hmm.
She hits on him, like she's always hitting on him, trying to get with him. And he winds up, to get out of the boredom of his life, he winds up going to do it's called a senior internship. And he goes to work for Anne Hathaway, she runs an internet shopping. It's like a clothing store. She does clothes, wedding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to work for her, and he winds up helping her because she's all frazzled. Like they're in the middle of trying to find a replacement for her to run the company.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because she's not able to run the company and be a mother and do all her other stuff. Like she's frazzled. She's not really in control of what she's doing.
Is it her company?
It's her company. Like she started it up at the time that they come in. It's about 18 months in.
Mm-hmm. So who, like what, a chairman of a board or
Yeah,
something
the CEO.
like that?
They want to try and hire a CEO
Uh-huh.
to run the company, which for some reason it doesn't make sense to me.
Her
If
company,
you made a
and
company
then
and you built it,
so that means she probably had investors, or apparently they had majority of the
Yeah.
stock to vote
They
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So she's not really good at what she's doing and running the company.
They're
so
trying to buy her
find-
out or trying to push her
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, trying to push her out. And that's what's happening when Robert De Niro comes in and he tries to help her out. The guy from Workaholics, the young kid, not the one with the long hair, not the older guy, the younger kid, he's in it. He's another intern that's helping Robert De Niro. It's a good movie. It gets into like her personal life and how her personal life is fucked up, and he fixes that. He fixes, what's going on around. She becomes friends with him, and they wind up working out what's going on around the company. It's a good movie. It's it's directed by the same guy that did As Good as It Gets
Mm-hmm.
with
Okay.
yeah,
Jack
with Jack
Nicholson.
Nicholson and the crazy one. He called her crazy. And if you ever see the press conference for that movie, As Good as It Gets, Diane Keaton is saying something, and he looks at her, he goes, "Are you fucking crazy? What's wrong with you?" Yeah.
Helen Hunt.
No, Diane, not Helen Hunt. No, it's not that one.
As Good as It Gets is Helen Hunt.
Okay, no, it's a different one. It's shit.
Where's Diane Keaton?
Yeah, Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
It's not an As Good as It Gets, because that As Good as It Gets is when he has that OCD thing.
That's the one with Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it, and so is the guy. He used to host Talk Soup.
Oh, Greg.
Greg
no.
Kinnear.
Yeah, Greg Kinnear.
Is this supposed to be a comedy?
As Good as It Gets?
No, The Intern.
It's not really supposed to be a comedy, but it does have some funny. It has some funny things in there, like unintentionally funny, but well, maybe it was intentional, but it's funny.
Because I Said So? No.
Mm-mm.
Mama's Boy. No. What year did it come out in?
Something's Gotta Give.
Something better good?
Okay.
Okay.
Did you watch the trailer with me the other day with Robert De Niro?
Dirty
Dirty Grandpa. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it looks so good. It's
That's coming out?
Yeah, that's coming soon. It's Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. Zac Efron is his grandkid, and Robert De Niro is like a few days after his wife passes away. Zac Efron is taking him to. I think they're going to the
spring break.
Well, no, they're going to his wedding.
Yeah.
And the grandfather's trying to talk him out of getting married. It's
Oh,
really,
yeah?
it looks really good. He's really fucking dirty.
Oh.
The girl Aubrey Plaza, she's in it. Like she spends the whole movie trying to sleep with Robert De Niro.
Really?
Yeah. It looks good. That looks like it looks like it's a really funny one. If you see the trailer, watch the Red Band trailer. It's Dirty Grandpa. Yeah, it's well worth it. Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension. If you don't like the other Paranormal Activities, just steer clear. But I like all of them. I'm like,
Did you watch all the You watched them all?
Not all of them. I think I've seen. How many are there? Like 4?
I think more. I think we're like 5 or 6 now. The last one was the
that the one
marked
like
ones with the Mexican
Los
kids.
Angeles?
Yeah. And
That
then
was terrible.
I like that one. I actually
The
like
one with
that.
the Mexican kids?
That one, you know what's funny? That one starts out slow, but if you keep watching it, it gets into like they have a way of opening like dimensional doors to go from one place to the other, and that's how they get the kids. It's really good, and they go into that in this one. In this one, they find the camera from the original movie. It's like a big, giant, bulky video camera, but something's been done to it, and now he can actually see. Like the ghosts in the house, like the whatever is going on, you can see it through the camera, and it's pretty good. It's got a lot of good jumps in there and stuff. It's good. It's worth watching.
The last one is which one? Paranormal Activity 4?
The last one is the Ghost Dimension.
Oh, okay. So there's 4, then before that one, and then the last one is Ghost Dimension. So
Well, which one is the marked ones? Is that
that was 2014.
okay? So 4 was 2012. So there's 4. There's 4, 5. Yeah, 6. It looks like there's one a year at that.
Well, there's also TV series in the.
Oh, really? They're gonna
Yeah.
do a TV series? Well, they.
No, there was a TV series
Paranormal
called
Activity.
called Paranormal Activity. Now I don't think it has to do with the movie, but
Right.
yeah.
Oh, okay. No, this one is good. It's a new family. And this one, they're in where the original house was, but the original house is burnt down. And the new family is living in the house that was built on top of it. And using the camera from the first movie. They show that it's been modified somehow, but they don't know what it's doing. And while he's walking around the camera, he can see like whirlwinds and weird things are going around. Like if you watch, I think in part 4 there was a thing where they were playing Xbox, and Xbox had a thing where it would send out lights in your room so it could measure the space in your room. And there was a scene where they sent out the light, and the little lights, you could see a little boy standing there.
Mm-hmm.
The little kid Toby, whatever it is, that's haunting the girl. You could see him with the lights. But in this one, you can see what that actually is, and it's like as the movie goes on, it's getting bigger and bigger, and it has more and more control over the girl. It's pretty good. It's worth it. If you like the other ones, you'll like this one. If you can't stand Paranormal Activity, then steer clear, because it's not. It's more of the same. It's all found footage, and they bounce back and forth, and everything's behind that camera.
That's the thing I don't like, the found footage type thing.
It's with everything now at this point, so it's like you're gonna have to, because there's gonna be good ones in there.
It's like cinema auto-tune.
Yeah, you gotta, but you have to.
If
You gotta
if
read
it's done
through the
good,
shit.
There's some.
Was Nightcrawler done like that? Was Nightcrawler found footage? Was it?
What do you mean?
Was it like a found footage? It wasn't, right?
What are you talking about?
Nightcrawler, the movie Nightcrawler, with I'm trying to remember now. Was it? I don't think it was. There's some stuff in there. That's
No,
like, but it's not.
Nightcrawler
It
is not.
wasn't, right?
They were paparazzi like news journalists. So basically, they used to listen to CBs and hear where like the accidents were, and then run to the scene of the accident and record, and then run
It's
to like the radio station, the TV stations, news stations, and then sell off the footage. And Jake Gyllenhaal was, I think he just started. I think he was just looking to get into some shit, and then he just happened to fall into that, and then he liked it, and he was very zealous at it, and that's the one that you have to go check out.
It's very dark TMZ, dark. dark, TMZ. It's
He,
good.
he eventually starts committing crimes to report on some.
Well,
no, he starts
helps
tampering.
things.
He starts tampering with like basically because of the part of in the story he comes across a crime whatever, and he kind of moved things around a little to give it more of an impact when he went in and recorded.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So that's that's tampering with like a scene of a crime and stuff like that, and he cohorts the whole story. It's almost what's kind of cool about it. It's almost shows how like the media can twist a story around.
Right.
How like you know what I mean? Because basically he instigates a story.
Yeah. Or he'll move things like when he goes to the house.
He instigated a whole story.
Changes things
He
or
sold
makes
it as
worse.
one thing, and when really it was something else.
And he winds up being like the top guy. Well, actually, there was a guy.
And but how he does it is very
Oh, that's good.
underhanded, very sneaky and calculated.
Yeah. I thought you saw that already. You should, definitely need to see that. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nightcrawler is really, really good.
I watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good, and so is Gone Girl. Gone Girl is very good. Calculating,
Gone
writing.
Is it like 2 hours? Gone Girl.
Yeah, it's long.
Well, Gone Girl is David Fincher, so it's
Who's
he hasn't done
Dave Fincher?
Fight Club guy.
Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's long, but it's detailed. So it's really important that you watch from beginning to end, because I've seen it in pieces, and I was like, I liked it, but the other day I just caught it like from beginning to end, and I was like, holy fucking shit,
Yeah,
this
it's
woman is batshit crazy.
Yeah, it's methodical.
She's batshit crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way they set that story up is really good. It's worth it. Crimson, you didn't see Crimson Peak, right?
No.
Jesus Christ,
No.
nobody saw. Crimson Peak is good. It's Guillermo del Toro. And basically it's
The guy from Thor, right?
Loki.
Loki.
Tom Hiddleston. He comes to the United States. They're actually in Buffalo, because back in those old timey days, Buffalo was like the hub of New York. If you wanted to be in shipping or you wanted to be in
It was a booming
in
city.
trains, it was Buffalo used to be huge.
So we get to
And-
see New York.
Yeah, and they come to the city to meet a guy. Well, they meet a conglomerate of rich people,
I mean,
basically,
it's not familiar to you?
and they're
Yeah.
trying to get them to invest in their mining operation, because he's invented a new machine that's going to make it easier to mine clay from his property, and he's trying to get money. And while he's there, he's falling in love with the guy's daughter, and along the way, someone winds up killing the father. The daughter goes with him, and they go. It becomes like a murder mystery, but there's ghosts in it, and the ghosts aren't used for scares. Like if anything in the movie makes you jump, it's never a ghost. The ghost is there just to like push the story along. It's really good. It's Tom Hiddleston is in it. Jessica Chastain, who's in fucking everything now.
Yeah, she's a good actor.
Yeah, she's in The Martian too. The Martian is really good. And
She's the redhead, right?
Yes. And Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, he's in it too. Yeah,
This chick right here.
yeah, he's.
Redhead. That's your-
Yeah, she's in everything right now. Every movie that comes, she was in Mama, which was I think that was another Guillermo del Toro movie. Did you see that? Mama, where they
That's
they
old,
find
that's
it.
old, right?
Yeah, the guy
Well,
had
is
a twin
that-
brother, and they
Oh,
find
no.
him in the woods. Like the twin brother kills the mother and takes the two kids, and he takes them out into the woods, and something happens in the woods where the twin brother winds up dying, and the two kids are raised in the woods by a ghost, and they call the ghost Mama. So when they finally find the kids, they bring them back to the twin brother, and Jessica Chastain is the brother's girlfriend.
I saw this,
Yeah,
That she
yeah.
has to go to like a cliff or some bullshit like that to save the
Yeah,
kid or
because-
whatever.
The mother, who's the ghost mother that's taking care of the kids, had lost a child on that cliff.
Yeah.
She used to be a mental patient, and like she had the baby, she ran away with it, and they wound up killing her. And when she fell off the cliff, the baby was like stuck halfway down, and it wound up starving and stuff there. Yeah, that's a really good movie too, Mama. Yeah, that one is scary. That's a scary one, but Crimson Peak is not. It's more like a murder mystery type thing.
The only really scary movie that's scary
To you?
To me is Exorcist.
I like the
remake?
where she runs down the stairs like a spider.
No, that's the first one.
Yeah, but that's when they redid it. They re-released it with extra stuff. Yeah.
You remake like they no, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you know,
With
they
in
re-edited
other words,
it.
with the re-edited, yeah.
Yeah.
With that.
Oh yeah, she walks like.
No, there's some. Let's see.
My brother said he saw that shit. My brother was like, My brother used to get freaked out by that movie.
Yeah.
You not
I had a couple of nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's just it's good to this day. It's those old fashioned skills. It's funny because a lot of the younger kids, they don't really.
Appreciate that stuff.
No, they don't like to sit and wait for it to get to the good part. You know what
They're
I
like,
mean?
this is corny.
They start watching it and it's
God.
like sex. I've seen it firsthand. It's like I'm watching the movie, nothing happened. Sex.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, come on, man. Paranormal Activity has some good scares in it. The new one, it's really good. I'll tell you.
What was the other one? The I forget the name. Where there's two they're like a pair like ghosts whisper where they come and I can't remember.
A new one or old one?
Nah, it's like 2-3 years ago. It's not Paranormal Activity.
It's a video, one of those found footage things?
No. Where the family moves to a house and the house is haunted, and but the father is like a psychic, but he doesn't know it, and then like
like Sinister?
Sinister.
Yeah, Sinister is good.
That's
Sinister
it.
Part 2 is good too.
I didn't see that one.
You know? Sinister? No, not Sinister. Is it Sinister?
Yeah.
No. Okay, wait a minute. There's Sinister.
With Ethan Hawke?
No, that one's good.
That's Sinister.
That's Sinister.
That's Sinister.
Yeah, there's a part 2 coming out to that. I know which one you're talking about. You're talking about. Oh, it's the one. It's not. Shit. I'm trying to remember.
Can you remember that?
Yeah, I can't.
You said there were two ghosts?
No, there were.
No. Sinister was the one where. Okay.
No, he's not talking about Sinister. The one that you're talking about is the one with two ghosts?
No. It's.
Are you talking about the one with Lily Taylor? And Ron Livingston, where they moved to the house? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that one is scary.
Is there a Ron Taylor?
It's Ron Livingston
Ron Livingston.
and Lily Taylor. What's the name of that? I know which one you're talking. That's the one with the two people who were really. It was based on a real story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was based on the story of those two psychic investigators.
Yeah.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, yeah. Yeah, that one was good. Sinister was fantastic.
Wait, who's in Conjuring? It takes me a minute.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in The Conjuring. It's what's his name? He's in the other movie.
With the doll.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the doll is after.
Annabelle.
Yes,
Him,
Annabelle.
that guy. I saw some of this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that was a good
I
movie.
forgot his name, but he was also in the other movie.
Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, he's also.
I
in the
like
first
him.
one.
He play. You know something? I like his acting. He was in the what's that? The one with Kate Winslet. Something little children.
Yeah, that's a good movie. He
That was
also.
a good. Did you see that shit?
No,
No? That's a really good movie.
Yeah,
You
it's-
should write that down.
Yeah. No, Little Children is good. That's the one where it's Jackie Earl Haley.
Let me see.
He's like a child molester, like a convicted child molester.
That's
And
what
the whole time.
Little children.
No, it's called Little Children because in each story there's little children involved, but it's a whole bunch of different stories with different people. Like there's one guy who he's like the tom bully. You know, he's all grown up. He's grown up into the tom bully, and he's always fucking with Jackie Earl Haley's character. And then there's Jackie Earl
It
Haley.
says the lives of two lovelorn spouses from separate marriages, a registered sex offender, a disgraced ex-police officer intersect as they struggle to resist their vulnerabilities and temptations in suburban Connecticut. Not that, you know something, not that it it's so funny. Not that there, is children involved because it's a communities and
Yeah,
families,
yeah,
but it's really not the children. It's how these adults
yeah,
with their issues going on that I just mentioned,
yeah.
how
it's
they
good.
act. Grown ass people
Acting like
act
kids,
like
yeah,
little
yeah.
children.
Yeah, it's good.
That's the best way to
They
describe
have
it.
screenshots of it.
It's funny because Jackie Earle Haley comes off as really creepy in the beginning, and you wind up feeling really bad for him.
I think I saw it, but I wasn't looking at it. But I was
Yeah,
in,
he plays
I
he
was
plays
in
the
room.
cop. He's the cop.
Yeah.
That I guess he fucked up somewhere along the line,
got
and
fired,
he
yeah.
got fired, and he feels like he has to make up for it.
Yeah.
I think I saw, but I wasn't watching it.
Yeah,
It's
good.
you know something. It's you should go back and watch it. It's a good
Yeah,
movie.
you'll like it. It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, it's worth it.
Him.
Definitely well worth
He
it.
plays a registered sex offender that lives at home. He's been released from jail. He lives at home with his mom.
Yeah. She's like really old.
Yeah, she's like basically the one that looks after him and shit.
And she's trying to get him like to go out.
It's
with
like
girls.
everybody's different. There's like 3 different stories going on, and they all intertwine together because they're all in the same community.
Yeah, like Magnolia.
But the,
like
but
that
the way
type,
you know
yeah.
how people act, how people get gossipy and shit like that, and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
carried away, and how they react to certain stuff. You know, we all do it. We get ignorant in time. They act like little children. So it's a good movie. You should watch
Yeah,
it
it's really
again.
good.
Like
The Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse.
that.
Did you see it? That's on with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger's son is like a
Son.
supporting actor. It's like a teen movie kind of, but it's a zombie movie.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a bunch of kids. It's 3 kids.
What's
One
it
of
called?
them, A Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. And it,
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you spell scout?
Scout, SCOUT.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3 kids. One of them his father died, and the other 2 are his friends, and they became scouts with him to like try to support him. But now they're at the point where being a scout, they're too old and it's kind of creepy, and they want to get out, and he wants to stay in. And on the night when everything comes to a head between all the friends, there's like a whole zombie thing happening, like a whole zombie holocaust happens. It's really good.
So wait, repeat that again. It's what?
It's 3 friends, right?
Oh, that's the guy from Workaholics.
One friend's father dies, and the other 2 basically join the scouts with him to support him.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is the 2 friends that were with him, they're at a point now where they're all too old to really be scouts anymore. It's getting kind of silly.
Mm-hmm.
They want to, one of them is like, I want to get ass, I want to see girls and stuff. So they want to get out of it. And at the time when all of this is coming to a head, there's basically a zombie apocalypse going on.
It's a real zombie apocalypse.
Right,
Okay.
right. And
Boy Scouts.
yes,
There's a zombie cat in this too?
there's a lot of zombie cats in this. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's son plays like supporting actor. He looks like him. He looks like a good looking.
I'm like,
if
where?
Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't, he's
The
one of the
guy
kids.
with
He's
the
like
hat?
a tall kid.
The guy with the hat.
No, he's not one of the scouts. He's like one of the scouts' sister's boyfriend, something like yeah. He plays a supporting role, but it's pretty good. It's a new movie right now. I think it's on demand.
What movie? I saw Creed.
Creed is
Creed
good.
is good.
Did you cry?
Did you cry?
I rolled a tear. I rolled a few.
Yeah?
It's
It's
good.
good.
It's really good. I don't want to spoil that one for anybody.
Really?
No, I don't.
No, I haven't
No.
seen it.
If
I
you
have
like,
yet to see it.
if you like the original Rocky, this is
it's-
definitely something. Yeah, it's up there.
It
It's
should
up
be the
there.
last one.
Well, no, they're gonna do because that's gonna be a series on their own, and then Sylvester Stallone wants to come back and make more Rocky movies. I don't know how they're gonna do it because
that should be the last one because it's like
yeah, came full circle. Yeah, they should be, but
That would make sense.
Hollywood don't work that way because they want to make movies, and you got to see Apollo's son fight people, fight stupid people, and get old. Because I don't know how Sylvester Stallone's gonna continue it because they killed everyone off.
Yeah.
His son
It's
left him
just
to go to Canada. Paulie's dead. His wife is dead, and it's just Rocky alone. And now I guess Rocky with this kid, but it doesn't really. You don't see any way Rocky could go from here. He's too old to fight anybody. You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're gonna do with that, but they are supposed to be making another Rocky movie. And this is supposed to be like a whole separate branch, like they're gonna do Creed movies now and do Rocky movies. And I guess if you're an actor, it's not a bad way to go. You know, we get a franchise. Like every actor should have one franchise that's theirs. But I don't know how long they can ride that. Creed was good, but I don't know how long they can keep it good. It's the same director as Fruitvale Station, which was good. Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's a good
What was
one.
that one about?
It's
Fruitvale.
about
I know
Yeah.
it took
It's a true
place
story.
like from a real story, right?
Yeah.
It's,
You
it's
saw
ba-
it too?
Yeah, it's based on the kid that got shot by not he wasn't a cop. He was like
It was transit police.
transit police.
Yeah. See, I think in California they have cops, and then they have I think it's IRT line cops. Like
Yes.
they have a separate police department.
Mm-hmm.
Like it used to be like that here. We used to have regular police, housing police, and then we used to have transit police. 'Cause I remember because I took.
No, they're
I
still
took-
transit police.
No, they do, but it's
But
all
they're-
in the
they're-
same department.
They're
now.
part of NYPD. but
Yeah,
there's-
yeah. It wasn't like that before. Before it was like if you watch the taking of Pelham 122, the original one, they're transit police and they work strictly for the MTA. Yeah, and then when they come out and investigate, they have to go with the police. I had taken the test, but right when it switched, I took the test for transit police. Yeah, it's. I forgot what were we talking? Oh yeah, Fruitvale Station. Oh. Yeah, that's actually video of the shooting.
Yeah, there was a fight and it got broken up by the police, transit
Yeah.
police,
And
and
yeah.
basically this cop shot him in the back while he was laying on the floor with his hands cuffed.
Yeah, there's video of it.
Yeah.
They pulled, and he wasn't even involved. He wasn't
wasn't
involved in the fight.
his
He was
friends.
he was in the train, and they pulled people off the train.
Yeah.
And they had him sit on the floor.
He was they were against the wall.
Yeah,
And the cop asked him something and he got loud.
yeah.
And then the cop just put him on the ground. The cop said that he was reaching for his
Yeah.
what is that, the
Gun,
stun
his holster?
No,
They
stun-
always
stun gun.
say that some.
But if you look at
Wait
the
a minute,
video-
isn't his hands tied behind his
Yes,
back?
yeah,
So how the
tied
fuck
behind.
is he gonna
No,
reach for his?
And
so,
this video,
so he
yeah.
has his knee, you know how he has his knee on the back. He just finished cuffing him, and he pulls his gun and shoots him. in
So
the back.
so when did the guy go reaching for his gun or stun shit?
No, the cop said
the cop's
that
imagination.
That's the cop's story.
Right.
Well, no,
But my question is, if okay, that's your story. Wasn't his hands tied behind his back?
No. The cop said that the cop he was reaching for his stun gun.
Oh yeah. He said that he
was his
took.
defense.
He said that he took. Yeah. Okay. No. The cop said that when he shot the kid, he thought he was using his stun gun. That's the same thing that other guy
Oh, like he thought he grabbed,
thought he grabbed
the
the stun
stun gun. He didn't know he grabbed the
said.
gun.
A stun gun and the gun is two separate. They're not even shaped the same.
They have a different feel, and
Yeah.
and the cops, if they're basically sort of paramilitary, and their uniform is the same.
Yeah, they all have the
They
same
have the
little
same uniform, and
cositos,
and
or
it
the
goes.
little holsters, or
Yeah.
compartments and shit like
So
that.
unless he was an idiot, which
Yeah, well, people are stupid.
But it's on video. Like the whole thing of when they
That's
set them
a
down.
fucked up mistake.
And the movie
If you-
is.
if you
I think
ever
the movie's
made
like 3 or 4 days before.
yeah.
Like they
Uh-huh.
show how his life was, what was going on. His
Well, yeah, because the
family.
actual incident is like under 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But
So,
they
yeah.
show this was a normal kid. He was actually a pretty good kid. He was cool. He had problems at work. He got fired and stuff. Because when stuff like that happens, the first thing they do is they break down your character so that you seem like less of a human being. And the
Well,
thing
yeah,
was,
because
he
they're
was,
trying. I mean,
real
that's the
cool.
cop just trying to cover his ass or just
Yeah.
whatever, trying to so he doesn't look bad. But
But that whole shooting somebody in the back.
bro, that's a fucked up mistake right there.
Did you
Remember?
See, I just want to acknowledge that I didn't bring it to the cop thing. But I am going to grab the ball and run with it. There's a story last week. Did you see the cop that he was raping? He raped a whole bunch of black women.
Holtzclaw or something.
Yeah, Holtzclaw. He raped, I think it was like 18.
What's it called?
His name was Holtzclaw.
Daniel Holtzclaw, I think.
He raped I think it was like It's a lot of women.
14.
Is it 14?
14 women came forward.
He picked these women because they were black, or because they have records, and nobody would believe them if they came forward and said he raped them.
He's a former Oklahoma City police officer. He was convicted in 2015 of multiple counts of rape, sexual battery, forcible oral sodomy, and other charges. So he was basically targeting these women.
Yeah.
And because they had records and stuff like that, nobody
will believe them.
it's funny. It's kind of like the premises of like movies, like whenever like they go after, like, killers always go after the hookers, or killers go after the drug dealers or something like that, because if they, in the event that something's to happen, nobody will believe them because their credit is shot to shit.
They wound up.
So that was
him.
he was very calculated in that.
Well, he didn't get convicted on all of them. The counts, I think it was like 8 counts that he got convicted on.
He must have like some type of sexual addiction or some shit like that.
But the thing was, when they convicted him, he's crying. He goes, "How could you do this to me?" He told the jury, "How could you do this to me?"
Well, some people. Really? Well, haven't we had the conversation that some people, they do stuff and they don't accept the fact. They don't accept any blame in the things that they do. So because they want to stay as a victim, because if they admit to it, then they would have to own up to the fact that they fucked up, and that's not something that they're probably ready to deal with.
Yeah, but that's and it's funny because you didn't see this. It wasn't in the news or anything. No news reported on this. This would have been something good to report.
It was on World Star.
Yeah, it's crazy, ridiculous.
That's where you guys saw it.
Well, I've been hearing about it for a while because I follow those sites like Cop Block and
World Star too. Everybody likes World Star.
Well, I'm on World Star. I'm watching girl fights, the cops and fights of the week.
That's nice.
The next one is The Ridiculous Six. You saw it.
I saw part of it, and then I just because I was doing other stuff at home, so I just got lost interest in it.
It's shot really well because it's actually the cinematographer from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Really?
Yeah. They got the cinematographer from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and basically it's the story of it's a white man Adam Sandler, who was raised by an Indian.
What's it called? Unglorious?
The Ridiculous Six.
Ridiculous.
He was raised by an Indian, and his original father comes, who happens to be Nick Nolte, and he comes to meet him, and criminals come and kidnap him, and he has to go out and try to get his father back. But what happens is
no. The $50,000. What happens is that I guess Nick Nolte used to hang with these outlaws or whatever. They gathered up $50,000. He went to his son's village or whatever clan or whatever tribe, and it was told that he buried the money, and I think, but didn't he say he was gonna give the money to the son or something? No, it's by a tree or some bullshit, but it's some code for something else. I think. But wasn't he gonna give like the money to his son, and like the Indians are like, we'll take it. They were all saying.
The girl came out.
She goes, it's okay, it doesn't matter, but we're still but then I guess Adam Sandler went to save him because he went with his buddies and gave him like some other location or some shit like that.
Right. Well, he left clues as to the places that he'd been. And Adam Sandler's going to each of those places.
And he picks up brothers along the way.
Every time he goes somewhere, he meets a new brother. And all the brothers are like, there's one black guy, there's one mountain man guy. There's
a Mexican.
Yeah, there's a Mexican. It's really good. The humor is crude, but it's good. It's a good movie. I mean, if you like Adam Sandler and you like westerns, then this is the movie for you.
Yeah.
But if you can't stand Adam Sandler or westerns, then you might want to step away. Yeah. But it's funny. The humor is funny. It's not very PC. There's a lot of there's a lot of like Indian humor and black humor and all that kind of stuff. But it's funny. It's not done like it's not insulting, and I mean, from what I saw,
because I saw like up to a certain point, and then I stopped watching it. But I wasn't offended, or I didn't feel like, oh my god, how horrible is that?
I like the part when he tells him, because he wants to send Adam Sandler's gonna go out looking for his father, and the chief wants to send other people. And he's like, no, the world is hard for them out there, and he's like, no, look. He points to one guy. He can impersonate a white guy, and he does like a stupid dance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna coat my chest hair while eating some shit.
Mustard or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So, everybody gets their opportunity to be
The best
Made
part
fun of,
for
but it's
me
good.
is Mark Twain.
Oh, Vanilla
Oh, I
Ice.
missed that. Yeah.
Vanilla
I missed
Ice as Mark Twain, yes. I had forgot Vanilla Ice was in that other Daddy's Boy, and I guess now he's like a, because Adam Sandler put somebody in the movie, and then he's like those people don't like every Adam Sandler movie. He does really well as Mark Twain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll have to finish watching.
It kind of makes the movie when you see. He's probably the best thing in the whole movie. Is Vanilla Ice.
Him and the Twilight guy. What's that guy?
Oh yeah. But just because they took a guy who's known for being like a good-looking guy, it's Taylor Lautner.
Mm-hmm.
They take a guy who's known for being a good-looking guy and just made him as like a really doofy. But he runs with it. He's like really fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's really. I like it. You have really laugh out loud moments in the movie, and I think when it comes to comedy, you kind of want that. It doesn't have to be. We were talking earlier about the Wes Anderson movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean those movies are funny, but they're not movies that you really laugh out loud like that. It's like the inside humor. But these are pretty funny. I like it a lot. The rest of my list. We were originally going to talk about conspiracy theories, but it probably would have taken a lot more time than we were allotted. I don't even know if we had enough time in the camera to go into it, so I'm not going to. We'll save that for another time.
So we have to. I want to see the F is for Family. Definitely have to. I want to catch that.
It's only 6 episodes, and
I could probably watch that maybe between tonight and tomorrow. And
yeah, Bill Burr
Monday.
does the voice of the father. Sam Rockwell is he's like a DJ guy that lives next door, and he's awesome in it. Who else? Justin Long plays the older brother. He's into prog rock, rock about hobbits and wizards and early.
I remember that I saw a clip that on Jimmy Fallon where the son tells him, you're not a what is it? You don't run the airport. You're just a baggage, handler." What the fuck did you say? Something like that. I was like, oh shit.
Put you through that fucking wall. He keeps telling the kids that all the time. Yeah, and they have the dog. Dog in there is funny. It reminds me of my dog. He just humps your leg. He's goofy looking. Right now, Sunny. Right now, I'm looking forward to seeing Star. I should have got tickets early on. I'm looking forward to seeing Star Wars. I was looking online. I think the earliest they're available Tuesday. That's the earliest.
Yeah, but do you want to pay $80, $100 for?
No,
to see Star Wars for one ticket?
You buy it online?
Yeah, no, you get them online and now you can get them online and you can pick your seat and everything, right?
Oh yeah.
We went to a theater. We went to AMC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to the AMC on 42nd, and the AMC on 42nd, they have that RXP. The seats vibrate. The sound,
they shake and
yeah,
all
the
that
sound looks
nonsense.
awesome.
That's the one on the corner of 42nd and
Yeah.
8th.
Yeah, the new one. Yeah, the new one.
It's AMC and then across the street is Empire.
Yeah, I don't like the Empire Theater for some reason. I don't know. I'm not feeling that theater, but I like AMC. I love AMC theaters.
I've been there.
The one here in Bay, there's one close to us, Bay Plaza, and that one they also fixed that one too. When we saw Creed, I was surprised because I think that theater had the best sound I've ever heard in the fucking theater. While they would.
Oh, they probably had the Atmos though.
Yeah, then they have it because when we were listening, we saw Creed there, and during the fight, you hear people behind you going, yeah, and I kept looking back is somebody actually cheering the fight on, it's a real fight. What the fuck is going on? And it was that they had fixed the sound, the sound sounds. Usually
cool.
you didn't get that on hand. It sounds fucking amazing. And here we are a week away from, what is that, a week away from Christmas? Oh, Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, the
Hateful Eight.
I've heard it's amazing, and it's only 2 sets, the whole movie. It's the stagecoach, on the road to the stagecoach, and then inside
I wonder if that's gonna hurt a lot of other movies that's supposed to come out Christmas Day.
It's long too. It's an intermission in between.
most of his movies.
Yeah. But last time he
Put 2 movies out.
Yeah, he cut it up and did 2 movies, and this time it's one long movie. But I think
Well, how long is long? It's 4 hours.
yeah, about I think it's just shy of 4 hours. You can always look it up, but I think it's just shy of 4 hours with a intermission dead in the middle, and Michael Madsen is back, Bruce Dern, Kurt Russell's.
Well, Channing Tatum was on Jimmy Fallon last night, and he was saying that he doesn't want to give it away, but he's in there, and he was just saying that Quentin Tarantino, whoever works, he loves to like be on set, and he's like really a lot of fun to work with, and that, you know, everybody's like a family. So whoever Quentin works with, you know, clearly he uses the same people again. So, and when Channing came on, you know, they were like welcome him to the family and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, I would guess you want to keep working with people that know how you work. You know, that I guess it will.
A lot of directors do that. Look at
What
Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence is one.
They were in like that movie looks.
You
good.
have Adam Sandler. You had Drew Barrymore. How many times has he used her in like a bunch of his movies? So they work together they work more together.
She's produced a lot of, and her father is the guy that pops up in the beginning of Adam Sandler movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, her grandfather, Barrymore.
Oh yeah.
John Barrymore pops up in front of every Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's that. And the new Spike Lee movie looks good. I thought it was in the
Chirac?
I want to see it. I like the
You
last
saw
one.
it?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
so why are you shaking your head?
No, because like
What?
some of his movies are good, and some of them he's not like Tarantino, where every single one of his movies are good.
There's one that came out recently. I don't remember. I think it's called The Girl is in Trouble or The Girl is Missing. He didn't direct it, he produced it. And it's
Tarantino or Spike Lee?
Spike Lee. And it's like a film, it's set up exactly like a film noir. He didn't direct it, he produced it. It's set up like a film
What's it
noir.
called?
I think it's The Girl is Gone or The Girl's in Trouble.
Oh, the vampire.
It's not a vampire one. It's like a film noir detective movie, but it's set in the Lower East Side.
The Girl is Trouble?
That one.
With Wilder?
Wilmer Valderrama. Yeah. Like you start off with, you know, what's going on, and then it goes deeper.
Julius
into the story.
Ona directed it.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I think it came out only like on demand and on straight to video, but it's a really good movie. Really, really good.
Okay.
The vampire one was the blood of baby.
The Sweet Blood of Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus.
The Sweet Blood of Baby Jesus.
Did you not like the sweet blood of baby?
You didn't
Jesus?
did you see The Sweet Blood of Jesus? So why are you shaking your head?
The last one that I saw of his was the Saints, Saints, where the World War II, where they find the head.
I didn't see that one. I know what you're talking about. They find the statue.
Yeah, statue.
Yeah,
It's called Saints or something.
Yeah.
What's it
That
called?
was-
The Saints?
The Saints of, I think it's a town name.
The Miracle of Santa Ana.
Is that what it's
Yeah.
called? Yeah, I never saw that one. And I never saw Inside Man, and I keep hearing that's a really good.
That's
one.
real good.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I need to sit down and watch that one definitely. But I like this. Is probably 25th Hour.
Miracle at Santa Ana.
Yeah, the 25th Hour was awesome. I
That
love
was
that
good.
movie. Malcolm X is the shit. I love
Yeah.
that movie.
Spike Lee did the 25th album?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his. The whole breakdown. Who was it? I was listening to somebody. Oh, it was I was listening to the Opie and Jimmy show, and it was Sherrod Small and Bill Burr, and they were talking about that he likes to complain, Spike Lee, about Quentin Tarantino using the word nigger and his portrayal of black people, and Bill Burr's like, yeah, Spike, but your portrayal of Italians.
Yeah.
It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you watch The Summer of Sam, which I love that movie, but the Italians in that movie are like, it's over the top.
That was Spike Lee.
That's a SpikeLee movie, yeah.
That was okay.
I like that movie. It's good. It gets a little weird towards the end, but it's a good movie. It's good. It's.
I feel like he got a little Oliver Stone-ish with the guy trying to see like the visions and shit like that. So I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe he was digging Oliver Stone, or maybe he dropped a mushroom or here, or whatever. But I felt like that. For him, that's a little off, because that's not something he normally does. I don't know. I thought maybe he was experimenting with something.
Yeah, it was definitely not something he put in any of his other movies. No, that whole, he kept seeing things, and the dog is talking to him, and no.
But you know he does like get on Tarantino.
Yeah, he
But that's-
always complains about
Spike
it.
Lee has always, from my knowledge of it, he's
Always.
always given Tarantino shit for his usage of the word nigger in like his movies. But you know something, Bill Burr is right. He does depict
Oh.
Italians in a certain manner, and you know something. And to his defense,
He grew up in
Spike Lee is right. However, to Quentin Tarantino's defense, he's right because where he grew up, he says it. That's how they spoke it.
And the thing is,
you know,
Italians. Remember where we live now. There used to be a pizza shop close to here. It
Oh,
was like a
yeah,
real
yeah.
Italian pizza shop, and
Yeah.
those guys were the guys from.
That
Any
he had the hair,
and Spike
the
Lee,
back,
yeah,
the mustache.
Hey, forget about it. And another
I mean,
few
like
bucks
even
on
like you know
another one,
something
yeah.
like from watching The Sopranos. I worked at a dealership. That's who used to come in all the
Oh
time.
yeah. It's a very. I mean, but the thing is, I don't think it's ever at any time meant to be every black person in Quentin Tarantino. He's not saying this is
That's
how
the way it's
all
up.
black people are.
But
He's
He
saying,
never
When
never
I
once
was
has
in
he
the
ever
army-
say that.
When
And
I
he
was in the
doesn't.
army,
Yeah.
I was in the army. Like you had live, you know, with everybody.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, it'll slip, you know, because I'm not dark, so like they like.
Oh, they're not used to it. No,
yeah,
they're not used to it.
So it slips, and then you catch him like you're listening to that jungle music, you know.
Yeah, they're not used to it. My cousin used to say that too. He used to say, and he said,
Do they excuse themselves when they say that in front of you?
No.
No.
No, I
They're
didn't
like,
say
no,
when you
you
say
did-
it.
No. When they talk with themselves.
Oh.
I just happen to be there, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do they say, "Oh, I'm sorry" or not? No. They're like this light skinned nigga. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, growing up in New York, you use the word all the time.
I say it.
Yes,
Yeah.
she is the song. It sounded like sometimes I'm talking to her and I forget it's disarming when she says it.
It's what?
It's disarming. It throws you off for a second. Like, whoa.
No, but we used to.
But you get used to it. You know, you get used to saying it.
I'm from New York. What do you expect?
New York.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, when Quentin Tarantino has a character saying the word nigger, he's not saying, or he portrays the person a certain way. He's not saying everyone is like that. He's saying this one character is like that. And the same thing with Spike Lee. When he says, these are how the Italians are in Brooklyn, he's talking about those Italians in that part of Brooklyn, and that's how they are. And the same thing, Italians in the Bronx, and the Italians in the Bronx in the 70s, the ones that were up by Tremont and all that, that's how they were. So you really can't complain about that. But if you're gonna bitch about one person's portrayal of people, you kind of look at your portrayal, of Italian. And it's funny because they were talking about how it was so bad they had John Leguizamo doing Italian. It was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It was like a complete, it's like a caricature of an Italian person. But that's how it was.
That's the fun part of being a Latino. You can be Jew, you could be black, you could be Italian, you could be Asian.
It depends on the
you
type
could
of
be
Latino
Indian.
because
I've been called everything I just told you right now. Okay.
but like the darker Latinos like myself, if like you're in movies, you can only play black people.
Mhm.
Because what's that guy's name? The one who was in the Return of the Living Dead. He's in a lot of movies. He was in Joanna Man.
Return.
Yeah. The original, the old Return of the Living Dead. Do you wanna party?
His name is Carlos something.
No. He has a different. But he's Hispanic, but he only plays black guys because they only
Is he?
because to the rest of the world it's like
He's Dominican, Miguel some.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
say I don't know what. Hold on.
yeah, because to the rest of the world you're either like if you're in New York you're Puerto Rican and if you're in California you're
Miguel
Mexican.
Nunez.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and he always plays
He's
black guys.
Dominican, but he plays black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will not let him play Hispanic. No. Yeah, it's funny though. He's been in a lot of shit too.
Yeah, he was in that TV show Tour of Duty.
Yeah.
That's where he
yeah.
got his start.
Yeah, I remember that. That's where what's her name? I remember her.
That's when Little Kim started her transformation.
She became a tranny.
What was it? Dana Delaney. Remember
Oh,
Dana
yeah.
Delaney with the Animaniacs. All right, we're gonna have to. All right, we just
Wrap
hit
this
over
up.
an hour. Let's start wrapping it up.
All right, episode 12 too cool.
Is it 12? No, it's not 12. I think
Yeah.
it's 13. I think we just hit 13. I think so. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know when the next one will be, so check the site.
Oh, that's right, because next week is
Next week is
Karima and then
Christmas,
New
yeah,
Year's
so
and
we
all
don't
that
know
stuff.
when the next one will be, maybe 2 weeks. But,
So what are you doing for the New Year?
Drunk on coquito, eggnog.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you do?
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
None.
Okay.
What are you doing for the New Year?
I have no. I'm trying to get back to work. That's what I'm trying to do. Get back to work in the post office. I'm gonna take that class, the voiceover class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a whole voiceover thing going on in New York. I don't know, so I can take advantage of that. It's pretty good.
I'm just trying to stay alive.
This girl trying to get a nut.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's sign off. Everybody have a good day.
All right,
Enjoy,
Merry
subscribe.
Christmas, New Year's, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Let's see
Look,
who.
look, 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 look.